If you have not heard my music or you're new to my page, you're new to my music altogether, look up RMB Justice on all streaming platforms. That's your Spotify, your Apple Music, your iTunes, your Tidal, your Pandora, your Amazon Music. I got a song that is out called Run everywhere, and I'm breaking down the video showing what I did as far as vocal recording, production, how I mixed it, and then some in the middle. Let's get into it. All right, so now we're in the session. The first thing I'm gonna do, clearly, we just gonna start it off by playing the hook. Catch a vibe. If you never heard it, if you have, you already know what it is.
Tell me why are you running away? Don't run away from it all. Why would you run? Can't run away. Run away from it all. I see you've been cured.
Many songs, especially when I do my instrumental releases, I like to go with some sort of intro, like a 4-bar, 8-bar, and then jump right into the hook, right? This song, I just wanted to shock value the moment you cut the song on. So I think I had like a half a bar intro, right? Half a bar intro. We go right into the hook. To give you a little bit of backdrop on the song is more so based on people doubting themselves when they really shouldn't. People getting in their own way when they shouldn't. People coming up with a whole plan and getting all the way to the finish line just to restart, which is okay a lot of the times, but sometimes it's unnecessary. You know what I mean? So why would you run? Like, why would you run away from it? You already there. There's a meme I saw about, and I'm sure everybody's seen it. It's like two dudes mining for diamonds, right? And the guy is so close to the diamonds, but he stopped and gave up and he walked away. I'm sure I'll put a little screenshot of it on the screen or whatever, but the other guy just kept going and he found him. You know what I'm saying? So it's more so about that. Grow out your box, put yourself on Front Street with both feet running, right? It's a motivational song. A lot of people took that song like, oh, you making love songs and R&B. Yeah, it might sound like that. That's the vibe. I go for it every time. But this song is about motivating your damn self, right? So let's go into that. I'll go into the verse, and then I'll start breaking down a little bit of the production and, what we put in there. Let's go.
Like, why is that grass so green? What do you mean?
Yeah.
Like a rock in a hard place you've been stuck between. I see you trying to change your plan without a plan, stay in a dream.
You see what I'm saying?
I bet you really want the dream.
I bet you want it.
I know them nightmares really ain't deep. Stay asleep, don't lose sleep. Too busy hiding secrets you keep. Jump out the box, put yourself on Front Street with both feet running.
Right? It's exactly what I just mentioned. So more so, let's get back into the production, right? Take the vocals out. Hold on. So for the vocals, for the beat, I'm sorry. Like I said, I'm making these videos. I'm not editing much. Y'all just gonna get the raw footage, and I'm gonna give y'all the information, and hopefully it's of value, right? The drums were done by my dog Tammuz or Tamus. Bro, I hope I'm saying your name right. I'm gonna put a link to his stuff in the description. We've dropped plenty of songs together. We've landed on editorial playlists together. Dog is crazy. He's crazy. He's out, I think, in New York. Correct me if I'm wrong, bro. Crazy drum samples. And I heard this while I was sitting here one night, like, man, I'm gonna just make a new vibe. I played that one drum loop and I'm like, okay. So now we got one, right? We'll start right at the hook. That's the hook. Got the drums right under it. We got some piano layering. Right? I'm gonna let it loop just a little bit, right? That dun 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 dun. That is a synth lead. If you guys do not have UHE Diva, actually I'll show you what that is. Cause I'm working with stems right now, but I'll show you what the plugin is. Literally my favorite plugin right now, hands down. Get y'all a copy of Diva. Get a copy of Diva, and even deeper than that, mess with Diva to the point where you can make your own patches, right? My synth guys know what I'm talking about, my melody, you know what I'm talking about. Make the custom patches that you love. It's so capable. A lot of these VSTs and these plugins, yes, they are just synths. You know what I mean? But Diva, I've been using for, almost 8 years, and it came to a point where it just became my go-to synth. So that fifth synth that you hear whining and crying in the background, that's all diva. Let's keep it going. Back to the hook. A little bit of pad. Cutting it up just a little bit. And it's so simple. It's so simplified. Like, it's not supposed to be a super complex beat with a bunch of stuff going on around vocals, because if you think about it, I'm recording vocals with stacks and harmonies that I want you guys to hear. And the beat is just supposed to complement it. It's not supposed to replace it. You know what I mean? A lot of times we forget that a vocal could also be an instrument. So you want to have everything mesh and give everything its own space. And of course, I'm still learning as I go too. I'm not a guru at everything. If that was the case, I'd be in Dubai right now. But you get what I mean. So yeah, the beat is literally just supposed to complement what you're saying in my head, right? So let's keep going. Right into the verse. Now it's funky. Don't lose sleep, right? That's all it is. The beat is not too crazy. It's just more of a, it's producers. Complete sidebar. Let me go back to my other little scene right here so y'all can, as producers, right, we need to put movement in our records. That's one of the main things. Like, I remember when I was younger making records and just falling into the loop of chorus, verse, chorus, chorus, outro. Like, that's cool and all, but it doesn't mean that it has to be the final product, right? So once I started getting myself more into vocals and started playing with arrangements and everything, I was like, man, this is kind of the same thing every joint. It don't matter what the genre was. It didn't matter what the beat was. It was just kind of like, damn, bro, this is the same vibe every time. So once you start experimenting, once you start messing around with it, it became a lot more clear. Like, I need to put phrases, I call it phrases, in my joint. On that note, I, if I'm thinking correctly, y'all know who Kalen Ellis is, right? I swear Kalen Ellis got a video about arrangements. And I'll put a link down in his page too. Shout out, bro. Because it had me thinking too, like, when I make my instrumental stuff, I'm already hardwired into making like a section A, a section B, a section C, and whatever else I want to mess around with. When I record vocals, I didn't even think about going that far. I'm following the format of the beat. It's the same way as when you have a recording session, or if I have a recording session and the artist is like, oh, I couldn't tell where the hook came in. A lot of the times I'm telling them it don't really matter. It don't really matter. You know what I mean? Like, it depends on how you want to cook the song. You can rap or over the hook all day. All day. It doesn't change anything as long as the song is a vibe, y'all. As long as the song is a vibe. So let's go back into the verse. I'll let it go into the pre-hook just a little bit. And I promise that's basically the whole beat. The whole beat. Yeah. Boom. Right back into the hook. Come on. Right back into the hook. So there is one part that I did when I was actually recording. I put a melody in a breakdown. Look, let me mute the beat. Let's see, here. Watch this. Oh, I left the vocals muted. My bad, y'all.
I realize.
And this is just part of the arrangement. Just throwing some ear candy in there.
Realize that it's time to let me down to sleep.
All right.
Insomniac and slept in days.
Yeah.
Second thoughts can go 4 ways. Every way can be your
Drop.
way. I'ma deal. hit the road, 4 wheels, and I weasel in the way out the bad deals. Standing on business like I was Kia. Stay sleep.
Stay sleep, but don't lose sleep. It's kind of a double entendre. But you see what I'm saying, right? It's just more so about playing with arrangement. And at the end, all I did was just pitch the beat down. So watch this. 2, 3, and let's go. And we let it ride out. So now that y'all know what the beat sounds like, more so, you know what I mean? We got Rhodes, we got my normal keys. Like I said in the video before, if y'all know me for my music, I'm big on keys, I'm big on pads, I'm big on just soulful chord progressions, and that's what I want to stamp myself on. Again, find me on Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, all of them, RMB Justize. Everything's in the description. Tap in with me. So let's get more back into the vocals, right? The vocals themselves. So let's start it back at the top.
Tell me why are you running away?
You know what I'm saying?
Don't run away from it all. Why would you run?
So basically every single vocal channel I had in here, and I'm not even really giving sauce. This is what I use in most of my sessions. EQ. Boom. I don't even feel like explaining what the curves do, but you know what I mean? I'm low cutting, I'm more so subtracting. That bump right here rarely happens, but I just figured it works for that one. We following that with a de-esser. Boom. Right around 8K. Now this mic that I use, this mic I'm talking through, I use for all my vocals. The Warm Audio WA8000. Shout out Warm Audio. For my voice, personally, it has a weird sound around 7 to 8K. So I gotta notch it out. Notch it or de-ess it. You know what I'm saying? We go from that into a CLA 2A from Waves, just to tame a few things, just to tame. Following that, we go into another Pro Q3, a little more subtractive, and then boom, right here, that 442. I don't know what I was doing. I think it's the key of the song that made the most sense. Because normally I wouldn't notch that out. But it just worked. It just worked. Follow that with an RVox. Boom. Not doing much more so than gating. I mean, my compression is barely. But I think when I recorded the song, to be completely honest, I had the AC running mad loud. So I had to get some of that out, right? Boom, after that, we finalize it with the tune. Now, normally I would put the tune first. And I don't even know if there's a real rule to that, but I've found different results messing around with the plugin order, right? If y'all want to know a lot more about plugin order, check out my bro, Devon Terrell, who I've also worked on a few things with over at Help Me Divine. He'll give y'all all the sauce on plugin order and best practices more so, right? So there's that. That is my channel for every single channel. The hook, the chorus, the ad-libs. The only thing that's different with ad-libs is I'm putting doublers on my background, and I'll play that here.
Why are you
right? That's all the backgrounds.
See, you've been curious.
That's it. I swear that's it. Look, so right here around the left side of the window, Studio One, which is one of my favorite tools, has this thing called an inspector. It's more so you can use that as a mixer channel instead of even touching this mixer at the bottom. Look at my mixer. Everything is the same, plus or minus one or two things. Like you can see here, I switched the 2A out for a 3A. Just to accomplish the same thing with a different approach. It's the same thing. All my Waves tunes are sitting in the same spot. All the RVox are sitting in the same spot. You know what I mean? Now, as far as my sends, I will show y'all this. That's the beat mix. I'm gonna make another video about a beat mix, but I'll show y'all that in a second. My vocal sends. I can't even find my vocal sends. Hold on. It's cool. I'm not even gonna worry about it. Long story short, it's reverb. Boom. R-verb. It saves the day for me every time. We following that with a quarter delay, H delay, of course. The doublers, like I mentioned on the backgrounds. Doubler 4. Boom. That's my favorite preset right there. Doubler 4 voices. There's also another guy named Joe Carell. I'm sure y'all have seen him on YouTube and everywhere else. Huge, huge, huge influence on how I use certain plugins. He has a crazy trick that he does with the doubler. Shout out Joe Carell. And then, of course, another doubler for the deep voice effect. It basically tunes you an octave down while you're talking, right? Let's go into the verse.
I see you've been curious. Like, why is that grass so green? What do you mean? Like a rock in a hard place you've been stuck between. I see you trying to change your plan. Without a plan, stay in a dream. Look, I bet you really want to dream. I know them nightmares really ain't deep. Stay asleep, don't lose sleep. Too busy hiding secrets you keep.
Right.
Jump out the
Same
box,
lyrics.
put yourself on Front Street with both feet. What?
Boom. Let's jump right into the second verse. Right into the second verse. This is where I put the melody at. You heard it already one time before. Let's just go all the way through the verse.
I realize that it's time to lay me down to sleep. Insomniac and sleeping days. Second thoughts can go 4 ways. Every way can be your way. I'ma deal, hit the road, 4 wheels, and I weasel in the way out the bed deal.
Little Easter egg. I definitely put a car key effect behind hit the road, right?
Deal, hit the road, 4 wheels.
I needed that.
And
I
weasel
needed
in
that.
the way out the bed deal.
I couldn't finish the song
Standing on
without it.
business like I watch you kill. Stay asleep,
Drop.
don't lose sleep. Too busy hiding secrets you keep. Jump out the box, put yourself on Front Street with both feet. What?
You know what I'm saying? Right back into the hook. And then that's how we ride the song out. You know what I mean? I feel like one of the biggest pieces that I take away from this is sometimes simplicity. And it might look like I just did a whole bunch of stuff or clicked around a million times, but that's what templates are for, guys. I promise you. It's another reason why I use Studio One so crazy, because the template work on there is A1 for me. For me personally, I can reach a lot of my stuff like snap of a finger. Everything's loaded up, and it's super light on CPU. Like, again, y'all have to check it out if y'all haven't already. But sometimes less is more, y'all. Sometimes less is more. I remember when I was younger, man, I used to make songs with so many instruments, so many things going on, like the naked ear, right? Like how people say the naked eye, the naked ear, the untrained ear is not gonna know where the hell to start first on them records. I promise you, they're gonna be trying. Do I hear the trumpet first, or do I hear the crazy air horn in the back? Like it, the whole time you rapping a verse or you singing a verse, like it don't make sense. So leave room in your records, y'all. Those are my 2 takeaway points, man. Leave room in your records and make movement. Start movement. Because if think about it, you loop a beat 8 bars, 16 bars with a couple takeaways and ads or whatever. It's like it works if the song works. Perfect example. This song technically kind of worked. Kinda. But, you know, you just put some life into them records, and don't be scared to go completely off. Like, for example, where I went into the bridge with just the melody. This
time to lay me down to sleep.
Some people said, "Oh, I like the start of the second verse." Some people said, "Man, the bridge was crazy." It's up to the listener to determine where they like it, right? So that's really it, y'all. That's really it. As I always say, if this was of any value, if you caught a vibe, If you've already heard one and just like to see the breakdown of it, I appreciate it. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe, like the video, throw a comment at the bottom. Of course, there's a bell notification somewhere at the description somewhere. You'll get notified every time I drop a new video, man. But until the next time, y'all, peace.